We live? We are live. Hey everyone, this is Glitchfees, and welcome to Kerbal Space Program! Okay, so let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, I've played this game before. This is obviously not my first time playing it. You can see I actually have mods installed as well. Got the clouds in the background, but um, what I haven't really done is career mode. I've got a couple saves in career mode, but I never really bothered actually trying. So I thought, let's go ahead and try them live. I don't know if this will be any good, but figured it's worth a shot, so let's go ahead and try it. So I'm gonna call this Clep Aerospace, I guess. We'll go with that. That works. And we're gonna use the flag that I designed for this, so you can see I've got it here in Space Agencies. And there we go. So we have a flag for our space agency, and we've got that. We're in career mode. Difficulty options are normal. Let me check what this means. So, I'm not going to allow respawn. Comm network, yes. I do want to allow reverting and quick loading, because that allows you to kind of do like simulator flights. I'm doing air quotes. Let's see. All this looks fine. Okay. Let's have a look in here. I think we should do this. As well. Allow negative funds in science. No, we're not going to allow negative funds in science. Well, no, we're not going to allow negative funds in science. And I think that's all we need to do. Entry heating is at 100%. And all of this is fine, I believe. What does allow other launch sites? It doesn't tell me. Is this like unlockable or allow from start? I'll just not click it because launching from the KSC is fine. Everything else I think should be alright. So let's go ahead and accept that, and we'll go ahead and start. Make sure that everything else is set. Yep. Alright, so let's go ahead and start. My dog is in my room with me if you guys can hear her. Loading. Love a good loading screen. Set to make sure that my microphone is actually on and picking up my voice, because I don't trust it. Alright, here we go. Nice to meet you. I am Gene Carmen, Flight Director, and your guide for this quick introduction. This is the Space Center. From here you can manage all aspects of the space program. Feel free to have a look around. Like I said, I've played KSP before, so I kind of know how this goes. So, let's go ahead and pick up... Oh, I forget where you need to go. Mission control. Alright, so let's see. Gather scientific data from Kerbal. We'll go ahead and pick up this contract. Launch our first vessel. We'll pick up this contract as well. And you know what? We'll pick up all of these. Oh, no, we can only pick up 2. Alright. So let's go ahead and enter the VAB. Alright, here we go. Hello, I'm Werner von Kerman, Chief Rocketry Engineer. This is the vehicle assembly building where I built our spacecraft and later rolled them out to the launch pad for flight. Pretty impressive, isn't it? On your left, you'll find components to construct your own spacecraft. Select a starting part, attach others to it to build a ship. You can then have a look around with the right... Yeah, alright, got it. Oh, I do have Breaking Ground as well installed, which I think is where this piece comes from. I don't believe the Onion Reentry module exists in, like, pure stock KSP. We'll put a rocket on it, but we don't actually intend to launch this just yet. But for now we will put a rocket on it for the sake of having it. And where is science? Yes. We want mystery goo. Let's go ahead and take this off and put... Oh, that's also mystery goo. Where did this come from? This might be a modded part. I don't have many parts mods installed. I try to keep it as stock as possible. Anyway, let's go ahead and put some fins on this so it goes straight up. And tell me we have a parachute. We do. Yeah, these are all mods. Hello, Cramsdell! Yes, oh, by the way, yes, as far as Undertale streams go, that will also be kind of put off until Thursday this week. Something came up, so yeah, there will be one this week, but it's just going to be on Thursday instead of Wednesday. But yeah, I thought let's go ahead and start KSP, because you know what? I've wanted to do career mode in KSP for a while, and I never really got around to it, so let's try it. And I might as well do it live, right? Do it live with all you guys. EVA and personal parachute, don't need either of those. Okay, so actually, because we've got a parachute, I'm going to put more of these on. I don't need that many. We'll just go with 2. But like I said, we don't actually intend to launch it on this flight. So, let's go ahead and save this as, we'll go USC small. We'll do it with an O. USC small. Okay. Save that and launch it. I do want to make sure that I don't lose any Kerbals because I don't have respawning on, so especially Jeb, Bill, Bob, and Val, I don't want to lose any of them, so we're going to do our best not to. Alright, we should be on the launch pad here soon, if the game ever catches up. Ah, here we go. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and observe the mystery goo. Good, we're going to keep that experiment. We're going to EVA Jeb. Actually, we're gonna EVA him and then we're gonna reboard him. Yes, I do have free IVA installed as well. Go ahead and put him back in his seat. We're going to run a crew report. Keep that experiment. And then we're going to EVA Jeb. We're going to take an EVA report. And we're going to keep that experiment as well. I don't think a spacesuit was entirely necessary to get here, do you? I disagree. I fully think that a spacesuit is required to be on the planet that you live on. Alright, with all that done, let's go ahead and recover the vessel. And that's literally all we're going to do for that flight. The next flight we will actually go ahead and send it up. But for this one, we didn't need to, so let's not even bother. Right, your new profile picture, you spent 2 minutes designing it? Looks pretty good. The gradient looks good. We went to read it out of like 10. That's a 9 out of 10 profile picture, I'd say. It looks alright. Alright, we got 8 science from that. Did we get any funding? We did. We got 45... Oh no, we got 2,000 funds from it. So I guess we got 6 funds from the actual thingy. And we got no reputation. Fantastic. Did we actually do the contracts? Yes, we did, because we can accept new ones now. Let's... How long do we have to do these? Oh, it doesn't matter. Let's just... We will accept... Oh, one of them... Oh, we still need to do this one. Okay. Alright, back into the VAB. And we wait once again. Yeah, I didn't unlock anything, so let's just go ahead and launch. And we're just going to send this thing up, a little bit sideways, and then we're going to recover it via parachute. I did not check my staging. This is something that I forget to do all the time in KSP. I didn't bother checking it last time because, well, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, I don't think that will be too big an issue. Because we can fix it on the launch pad, so... Alright. Here we go. We've got Jebediah Kerman. We're going to turn on SAS, which is something that I won't have with any other Kerbal, so I really, really, really want to protect Jeb. But we're going to try to get just like over here because it's like a slightly different biome to the launch pad. So yeah, let's go ahead and launch. Oh yes, I've got waterfall installed as well. I don't know if you guys can hear me because it's very, very loud in my headphones right now. We're going to run a crew report while we're in flight. We'll keep that data. We may actually be going into the water here. That's alright. Let's go ahead and run the mystery goo experiment in flight. The goo jiggles and wobbles as the craft flies. Go ahead and keep that. And I'm tempted to get Jeb out and try an EVA report, but I also just do not trust that it will be safe, so... Alright, let's try to point the craft down. It doesn't like that. It wants to point up. This is fine. I'll just let it spin a little bit. It does this. This is not actually providing any thrust. It's just like excess propellant. You'll see it a lot in like footage of the space shuttle with SRBs. Once they burn out, the flames kind of stay behind them, trailing back. But there's no residual thrust or anything. It's just... Alright, can we drop the parachute? Oh, we actually can. We're way high for it, though, so this is... Oh, it's fine. I probably should have put another one on it, because... actually, I don't think it'll really change much of anything. I hope the parachute survives. Oh, so we're gonna end up in the water? Yeah, we're not traveling fast enough to make it to that coast. Alright, this is where we wait, so I'm just gonna speed up time. and hope the parachute doesn't break. If the parachute breaks... Oh, actually, yeah, if the parachute breaks, does Jeb have... He does, he has a parachute. So we can just get him out separately. Come on, parachute, work. Work. I think it should pop it... Yep. At a kilometer, it pops, and does it slow us down enough? It actually does. It's a lot of G-force, but it's okay, Jeb can take it. Alright, let's speed us up until we splash down. And then once we splash down, we'll run a couple more experiments. We'll get Jeb out on EVA, and we'll do the mystery goo again. And then I think we'll fly the exact same flight going that way, away from the KSC. And we'll just do an EVA report while actually in flight, just under parachute. That was a violent splashdown. Anyway, let's go ahead and observe the mystery goo. The goo wobbles around in its container and starts to seep out of the holes. Alright. And now we need to turn the spaceship around so that the EVA hatch is on top. And we will get Jebediah out. So, cannot disembark while off of Kerbin's surface. Astronaut complex upgrade is required. Oh. Alright then. Can we run another crew report? Crew report. We'd have to overwrite the one that we took earlier. Alright, that's fine. Let's go ahead and recover the vessel. And hope we get a decent bit of science from this. Science and funding, because we are in career mode. By the way, I might put a mod list in the description. I've installed them all via CCAN. But yeah, I do have a few mostly quality of life mods installed, just making just making Kerbin look much nicer, look like a real planet. So you might have seen the seaweed below the spaceship there. You've never heard of this? Oh, have you not heard of Kerbal Space Program? Really? I've been doing shorts on it quite a bit, so you may have heard it called KSP. I don't know. It's a pretty old game. It got a sequel, KSP2. I do actually have that, so I guess if you guys want to see me play it, then let me know. Of course, if you know about KSP2, then you know what happened there. It is a very incomplete and just not a very good game. We got... Hang on, go back to the science tab. We got 19.5 science. That's good. And we got 2,700 funds. Again, that's good. And we got Jeb back. Excellent. Can we afford to upgrade the astronaut complex? Oh. I think I need to right-click on it instead of left-clicking. Okay, right-click. Upgrading it costs 75,000. Kerbals can perform EVAs. And Kerbals on EVA can place flags. So that's obviously a necessary upgrade. We still have 81,000 funds. For right now, I don't think there's anything that we really need to do. In fact, let's go into research and development, because we've got 39 science points. So let's see. We could go basic rocketry, and that gives us liquid fuel. I want separating parts. Here we go. Decoupler. And we get some more science parts here. This is the more important one to research, so we're going to research this. It only costs 5, so I think we can still get basic rocketry as well. Yes, we can. And let's see, where do we go from here? So we could go stability, which gives us radial decouplers, aerodynamic nose cones, winglets, and, a different kind of radial decoupler. We could go general rocketry, which gives us hemispherical fuel tanks, a better liquid fuel engine, a better solid fuel engine, and a bigger fuel tank. Or we could go survivability, and that gives us heat shields, and another science experiment, some landing struts, some parachutes. We're gonna do this. Could I afford anything else? No, that costs 20, and that costs 18. Alright. So what comes next down this line? We get gyroscopes, fins, SAS wheels and another reentry module. And we'd get more science parts. All right, so this is definitely a good path to be going down. What should I do after this though? Should I do stability or general rocketry? I'm thinking general rocketry because liquid fuel engines are incredibly important in Kerbal Space Program. Oh, we have the LVT-45 already? This is actually one of my preferred engines when I'm working in KSP. I might actually make a liquid rocket. Not yet, though. In fact, yeah, this is the only fuel tank I have, so not yet. We do have more science though, so do you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to cheese another science mission. We are literally going to strap some additional science parts to the side of our spacecraft. We're just going to put it on the launch pad. We do have a contract to actually leave Kerbin's atmosphere. So, bearing that in mind, once I've done just a couple other science experiments, we might. So yeah, I just want to put these on, and we'll just run them once on Kerbin's surface. So we'll just put them on the spacecraft for now, and we'll run them on the launch pad. We'll recover the vessel, and then we're going to fly out east of the launch pad. By the way, these clouds exist in stock KSP, but when you go out to the launch pad, they don't. Really weird little tidbit, and also a very strange thing to bring up, but I don't know, I just always found that really weird. Anyway, let's go ahead and go forward with the plan to collect some science. I don't know if we'll get any funds for this. I assume we probably won't. But that's okay. Oh, I did also I did launch the first vessels, so we should have another slot for a contract, so we might be able to pick up the Orbit Kerbin contract as well. But first, we just want to run this. Big size equals big cool. You're not far off, yes. As I'm doing this live and actively interacting with you guys, I might let you guys decide where we go once we actually have the capability to leave Kerbin. Obviously, we'll be limited by, like, the delta V of the craft that I'm flying, but I mean, I could build them with additional delta V. So let's see. Alright, we've got Jeb on the launch pad. Let's go ahead and run the pressure data. Collect and recorded atmospheric pressure from this data from the surroundings. We'll keep that experiment. We'll go ahead and log the temperature. Temperature readings are quite literally nominal. We'll go ahead and keep that. In fact, I don't have any transmission equipment on the spacecraft. Can we... Hang on, review the data. Can we transmit it from here? No, we don't have any comms range. Okay. I did know that, but I wasn't sure. So we'll go ahead and recover this. Oof, I hope you guys can't hear that. Every time I hit recover, it just goes in my head. It's not nice. I hope it's not happening for you guys. Alright, so let's hope we got something from that, even if it was just science, because honestly, research points are really useful. So, as you just saw, we just went through and we've actually unlocked a decent bit of stuff. Now we wait. I wish my KSP kind of ran better, because it's... Here we go. Alright, we got 6 science from that, so we've got 20 science points. That is excellent. And we got 4,000 funds from recovered parts, so we didn't get any additional funding. That's fine, though. We don't need it. And we got Jebediah back. We still have no reputation. Let's see. What did I want to do? What does the administration building do? Oh, I see. Okay. Well, we don't need that yet. That's the wrong thing. I meant to go to research and development, and Was General Rocketry the one that I wanted to get next? So we'd get that, and we would get a bigger. I see. And it would unlock. Okay, well this. I don't need flags, but it would give us fuselages, crew cabins. That's incredibly useful. But we don't have a cockpit for. Well, I mean, I guess we can use the standard cockpit, but yeah, we don't have. So wait, where's... Oh, would it be in planes? Yes, so that's the cockpit that you'd want for the other piece for this crew cabin. And that's useful for, like, tourist missions. I don't know if I actually need any of this stuff yet. No, do you know what? We'll just go for leaving Kerbin's atmosphere for now, and we'll see how far we can get. So, we're going to use an SRB to launch the rocket. That'll be where we start. And from there, well, we'll see. Alright, so... I did say we were going to launch this, and you know what? Yeah, we are going to do that. We're just going to launch it over to the east. We're going to send it into the ocean, and we'll just run some science experiments. So let's go ahead and hit launch. We're basically just going to... Yeah, send it into the ocean. We'll run the pressure and temperature experiments. I should see when I can unlock communications data, because that would actually be really useful, being able to transmit the data back to the KSC, so don't just have to hold it in the spacecraft. Especially because Jeb is not a scientist, he's a pilot, which is necessary as of right now because they don't have SAS wheels, and non-pilot Kerbals cannot control spacecraft. I don't remember if it's they can't control them well, or they literally cannot control them, but it's one or the other, which isn't great. So it needs to be Jebediah, and if Jeb ends up dying, which is very, very possible, then it needs to be Val. And then if she ends up dying, then I need to hire someone else. But obviously my intent is not to kill any of my Kerbals. Sometimes it's just a fact of life. Kerbals are, after all, kind of expendable resources. I should start doing a countdown sequence for launches, shouldn't I? So that you guys actually get, like, the anticipation of launch. Alright, here we go. So, let's go ahead and... What's our apoapsis? Can we check that? We can check that. Our apoapsis is 12 kilometers, so once we hit 10 kilometers, we'll run... Ooh! I think we just went... Oh, we just dropped below the sonic barrier. That's really cool. I've not actually heard that yet. Okay. And 10 kilometers, we'll go ahead and run temperature data. We'll keep that. We'll do the same for pressure data. And we'll keep that. And you know what? We'll run a mystery goo as well. So what do we see? The goo jiggles and wobbles as the craft flies. Alright. We'll keep that experiment. And you know what? We'll run a crew report as well. While we're up here. From this perspective, you can see the underwater topography. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen that one yet, so we're going to go ahead and keep that. We are falling back down, but it is taking quite some time. Oh. And the spaceship wants to angle itself towards the ground. So we'll just let it. That's fine. I'm curious if we can break supersonic going down, to be honest. I've got a vapor cone mod installed. It happens at about 300 meters per second. I don't think we're going to hit it, but I want to see if we can. This is probably going to get Jeb killed, by the way. I mean, I fully intend to pop the parachute, but it's probably not going to work. So 270, 280. $290. I don't trust this. I'm gonna pop the shoot. Oh shoot. Nope, 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 nope. Jeb, EVA. EVA. P. Okay. We got Jeb out. I think we've lost all the, Yeah, we lost the spacecraft. Darn it. Good job, I upgraded the astronaut complex, though. Otherwise, we'd have just lost Jeb. Oh, here, by the way, I haven't shown you the flag of the space agency yet. So this is what I have. I designed it ages ago, for images that I was posting on DeviantArt. I was just building space shuttles. And yeah, I kind of like it. Alright, let's get Jeb down to the water and recover him. Wish I could recover him from the sky. Like, he's obviously safe. I mean, unless I cut his parachute, but I have no intent of doing that. Alright. Here we go. Oh, we'll take an EVA report in flight as well. This is a most precarious situation. Fantastic. At least we got something from that then. Oof. Alright. Alright, he's down. We'll recover the vessel. Air quotes around vessel there. I mean, unless you consider Jebediah Kerman a spaceship, but... I don't know if I will actually get anything from this, so note to self, pop the parachute a lot higher, because I just lost, I mean, admittedly, only like 5,000 in funds, so it's not a whole lot, but it is a loss. Oh yeah, and speaking of, I don't have any recovery mods installed, so all of my spacecraft are kind of going to be expendable by necessity, so SSTOs are something that I'm going to have to figure out. Or just get enough money that it doesn't matter that I'm throwing the entire rocket away every time I fly it. That's another possibility. Recovery of a vessel that survived flight. We got 0.8 science for that, which isn't really worth it. Personal parachute and EVA jetpack. And Jebediah current. Wait, did we get... Oh, we got 34 funds for that. So we didn't lose all the money, but we did lose quite a bit. Yeah, about 5,000. So, let's go back into research and development. We have 21.2 science. That's a really annoying value. We could get stability or general rocketry. I don't think we can get basic science. Oh, it says right here we need 9+ more science. I think this is actually what I want next, so... What's this? Flight control. Oh, small radio gyroscope. This stuff is also going to be, I mean, not this, but everything else in here is also going to be useful. Does that mean big size equals big loss? Yes, as a matter of fact. The bigger the rocket is, the more it costs. In fact, I can show you that if we go into the VAB. But yeah, so bigger pieces cost more, and therefore, as you throw the rocket away, as you throw bits of the rocket into the ocean, you are losing all those funds. I imagine at some point the funds don't really matter, but for right now they definitely do. So I'm actually going to throw this entire thing away. We don't need any of that. We're going to put a fuel tank on this. We're going to put an engine on this. We don't need anything big, just something like this. And I just realized, I would rather like to be able to save this, so we're going to put a heat shield on this as well. Just like so. We'll get a decoupler right here, and you can see the funds here going up, everything that I put on the rocket. So now it costs 5,000. And put another decoupler below this. And we'll go bunch of fuel tanks. This is an imperfect solution, to say the least. I'm pretty sure the LVT-45 can handle that. so let's put LVT, oh no, not the LVT-15, the LVT-45. Connect that to there. It has a thrust to weight ratio of 1.39. That's like literally the TWR that you're aiming for with this, so yeah, that works quite well actually. We'll go ahead and get... So obviously if I go into coupling, I only have the one decoupler, so side-mounted SRBs are not really something that I can do. That's okay, I don't need them for this, I'm just trying to get out of the atmosphere. Okay, fix the staging, because it's wrong. Make sure that is right. That is right. We only have 520 meters per second in here. Oh, the thrust to weight ratio is 0.49. That's awful. Alright, so that stage might actually be useless, but hang on. If I drain like half the fuel and oxidizer, does the thrust to weight ratio go up? Not enough. Alright. Well, what about... Okay, what if I use the LVT-15? Why can't I take this off? There we go. Alright. So if I put that away and use the LVT-15 instead... What's the thrust to weight ratio on this? 3.35. That's entirely too high, but we can set the thrust limiter down. If we set the thrust limiter to like 25-ish? What's the thrust to weight ratio now? Okay, we need it a little bit higher than that. If I go to 31... 1.04. That's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. It will give us a significantly longer burn time than otherwise. So, there we go. Did that not connect oh, I just need to put this in here. There we go. And that has a burn time of 43 seconds. So that's alright, and we need some fins on this. So, aerodynamics. We're going to go with fins, and we're going to put 4 of them on. These have very little control authority. In fact, I don't think they have any control authority. So we're just going to kind of hope for the best with this design. And the goal is to leave Kerbin's atmosphere. So the goal is to actually, like, we're not really going to turn over, not too much at least. We are going to go up, and we're going to try to turn sideways. By the way, has our thrust to weight ratio on this gone down? No, it's gone up. Why is the pug so heavy? How much does it weigh? What's its mass? Am I just blind? Where's the mass of the engine? Oh, 0.4 tons. The Valiant's heavier, but I guess it's also just a lot more powerful. Anyway, yeah, so we will... Do we have all the experiments we need? I'm going to put more... I'm going to put another thermometer on it. Oh, not 4 more thermometers, just 1 more thermometer. And another barometric sensor, which we'll put around here like so. And those are just going to, in fact, I want it out of the plasma stream. There we go. I kind of want all of this out of the plasma stream. So actually, we will take all of this and move it to there. We don't need this one anymore. And yeah, so thermometers are pretty small, so they don't need to be too high up to avoid the plasma. That should be safe. And the barometric sensor we'll put over the door like that. That should be fine. I believe the parachute should be able to carry the entire capsule. We are going to, so yeah, as mentioned, we're going to lose all of this and all of this. So everything below the capsule is getting thrown away here. That's a lot of funds. In fact, how much funds is it? So if I take this off... Alright, so this much costs 6,500... Oh, so it's not that much. It's another, like, 5,000. Yeah, it's about 5,000. That's fine. Alright, so we will go with USC medium. Oh yeah, I'm giving the title USC. That's just untitled spacecraft. Save it and launch it. Craft has too many parts. The vehicle assembly building can't support vessels over 30 parts. How many parts does this have? Is there a counter for that? How many parts does it have? Alright, well, anyway, we've got some funding, so I'm just gonna try to upgrade the the VAB. Hopefully that works. It might not, but I'm hoping it does, so fingers crossed. I'm also hoping I have the funding to actually upgrade it. I don't know how much it costs, and I'm throwing away an entire rocket, so I'm losing money here. That said, I am also leaving the atmosphere, so it should... Well, I hope I'm leaving the atmosphere. God, imagine if I do this and it does... Oh, I left-clicked on it again. Darn it. Yeah, imagine that I... Oh, imagine this doesn't work. That'll be annoying. Actually, it's probably good we're entering the VAB again. I'll just check the delta V of the craft. I think it should be able to leave the atmosphere. I don't know. Both stages have above 1 thrust to weight ratio though, so it's got 26. Ugh. This kind of reminds you of build a boat for treasure for some reason. Actually I can see that. Yeah. All right. It's got almost 2,700 meters per second of delta V. So that'll be... I think that'll get us out of the atmosphere. It's definitely not enough to get into orbit, but I think it's enough to get us out of the atmosphere. Launchpad and VAB, I believe, both need upgrading, so we will try to upgrade those. Here we go. Alright, so right-click on the VAB. It costs 225,000 funds? Okay, how about the launchpad? Can we upgrade the... Why can I not... Okay. Alright. How about the launchpad? How much does that cost? It costs 50,000. That's insane. Max vessel size, 20 meters, 21.2 meters. Max vessel weight is 18 tons. And upgrading it brings that up a lot. Okay. So if I go to mission control, so active right now, we've got escape the atmosphere. And how much does this give us? It gives us 32,000? Is this... Yeah, so 32,000 total. Okay. Conduct a focused observational survey of Kerbal. Oh, test the swivel. Alright, test the swivel liquid fuel engine at the launch site. That gives us... I don't want to do the maths there. But it gives us a bit of money, so we'll do that. Test the RT-5 flea... On an escape trajectory out of Kerbal. Alright, we won't be doing that. Orbiting Kerbal. In flight over Kerbal. Alright, well, it doesn't matter. So we've got escape the atmosphere and test the LVT-45 swivel liquid fuel engine at the launch site. So... Alright. Let's try this. We'll give it a go. I'd say chance of this working is not very high, but I'm just going to try to take several fuel tanks off. Again, I don't actually know how many parts it is. I kind of thought there was somewhere in the VB that told you, but I can't see it. I might just be blind. Actually, if I hit launch, does it tell you? No, it doesn't tell you how many parts it is. Alright, so let's keep this and throw all of this away. Alright. I don't know the mass of this spacecraft. I don't know the weight of it. But let's go ahead and go USC small med. Save launch. Alright, well we can leave the VAB and I guess the launch pad can support the rocket, so that's good. We'll run the test on the LVT-45 and we'll see if we get enough money to upgrade the VAB. I highly doubt it, because it was nothing like the amount of funding that we need. Goodbye, Cramsdell. Hopefully I'll see you later. If not, then have a great day. Alright, so yeah, we'll see what happens here. Fingers crossed it actually works. Alright, we're on the launch pad. Can we run the test? Run test. Oops, no, we don't want to be leaving. Alright, go up, go up, go up, go up, go up, go up. Okay, so this did not go to plan. That's okay. Alright. Let's try... Do you know what? Because this is an engine that we can turn off, let's see if we can splash down gently in the water. That'd be nice. Or not. Okay, we will deploy the parachute. I can say for almost a fact that the parachute is not going to be enough to slow us down. Doesn't really matter. I don't intend to use the parachute to slow us down, really. I intend to use the engine to slow us down, but the parachute should pull us vertical. I hope. And it worked. And do you know what? We're actually at a pretty good speed. In fact, I think this is survivable. Anyway, let's go ahead and start throttling the engine up. We want to slow our descent as we go towards the water. Kind of hope for the best as we do this. We want to be below 10 meters per second, I think, when we actually hit the water, so let's try that. Alright. As long as we continue to go down, this is fine. There we go. Alright, I didn't know that run test was going to just light the engine. Alright. Alright, there we go. So, we have successfully run the test of the engine, I believe. Hopefully that counts as complete. And, yeah, that's all we need to do. So, now that we are splashed down in the water, we'll go ahead and pick up the crew. We'll go ahead and, hopefully that counts as contract complete. I think it will. I think it will. I hope it will. And we should have a bit more funding as well. Probably not enough to upgrade the VAB, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and launch, trying to get out of the atmosphere as well. I don't know if it'll be possible with this vessel, but it's definitely worth a shot. So let's see. We earned 0.1 science, so nothing. We got 9,269 funds from recovered parts. Good. And we got Jeb back. Did we not... I did not mean to enter this. Did we not finish... No, we did. We did. Okay. Does the LVT 45, and they gave us 4,300. Okay. What other contracts do we have? Well, obviously we've got Escape the Atmosphere. We could do Orbit Kerbin as well. I don't know if there's really a point. I don't know, Escape Trajectory out of Kerbin, that's insane. Says the RT5 flee solid fuel booster and flight over Kerbin. Do you know what? No, we're not. Oh shoot! I shouldn't have hit decline. We could have done that later, but that's okay. We're going to. All right, we'll accept this. We want you to haul the Mark 16 parachute into flight above Kerbin. I think we can do this while hitting. Have it Kerbin flying altitude 2 to 10 kilometers, and speeds 150 to 290. See, things like that is just so specific. Yeah, alright. So we'll do those later. For right now, I just want to try and escape the atmosphere, so let's go ahead and do that. So, I don't know how many parts are currently on my rocket, but I'm going to try to add a couple more fuel tanks to it. And that should allow us to get a decent part of the way up, at least. The atmosphere ends at 70 kilometers, so... Doesn't really help me, does it? Anyway, we'll take this off for now, and we'll go fuel tanks. We'll add 1, 2, 3. Alright. That's fine. We've got nearly 2 kilometers per second of delta V. We'll go ahead and save this as... Do you know what? We'll replace USC medium. That's fine. Save, launch. And I guess we will hope for the best. So we have a heat shield and a decoupler on this, so this should by no means be fatal for Jebediah. I mean, I guess we'll see. I hope it's not fatal for Jebediah. But yeah, intent is just basically just up into space and then back down. Alright, should be in here shortly. Give me a game screen, please. Alright. We'll enable SAS, and I guess we'll just go. No reason to wait. Throttle all the way up. There we go. Okay, so we have a good liftoff, looks like. I'm going to bring this thingy up, and hopefully we can get an apoapsis above, well, above 70 kilometers. I guess we'll see. Hope so. Alright, we are rapidly running out of fuel in this stage, but that's okay. Our apoapsis is actually climbing pretty decently, so we might be okay. Alright, separate and go again. And we're hoping for the best. Once it hits 70, I'm actually going to start turning to the side, because I would rather be out over the water, but anything that we're not spending going... actually, we're fighting gravity right now. Let's try to go sideways a little bit. This might actually push us a little bit higher. We don't want to turn much more sideways than this, because we're still trying to mainly go up, but you never know, this might actually help. Alright. We've got 60. Can we get another 10 kilometers? Ooh. I think we can. I think we're actually going to break 70 kilometers. There we go. All right. It's officially got an apoapsis in outer space right now. I could shut the engine off, but there's really no reason to. The more time we spend in space, the better. Because I would like to also get an EVA report from space. So we'll go ahead and separate the lower stage. We don't need it anymore. We're not yet in space. That's another reason that I actually wanted a much higher apoapsis, because we're still 20 kilometers short. So yeah, we need to get a little bit higher. And then we can run all the experiments and get Jebediah out on EVA. All right, just a couple. Actually, we can speed up time, can't we? Here we go. All right, we are in space. So let's run the mystery goo, observe the mystery goo. The goo seems to have clumped into a sphere. It also appears to have become brittle. We'll keep that. Run the temperature. Collected and recorded temperature data from the environment. Excellent. And we will run the barometer. Instrument reads 0. It's as if it were in a vacuum. All right. We'll get Jebediah out on EVA, and we'll run an EVA report. You recorded your observations about the situation. There we go. Board it again. Press Y. Oops. All right, zoom in. Take a crew report. It seems we are very much in space right now. The sky seems to be mostly below us. We'll keep that experiment. Marvelous. All right, and now we want to try to point retrograde. In fact, we kind of just want to point down. So let's just aim... Actually, no, not down, up. We want to point the heat shield down is what I meant. Okay. Here we go. This should be... We'll aim more like that. This should be a pretty good orientation for entering the atmosphere. I don't know how far offshore we are. We're not very far offshore, so it doesn't really... which one did I not run? Is it this one? Alright, it's that one, but we're just going to reset it. We don't need it. So yeah, we are officially in space. We have a space-borne spacecraft. That's marvelous. Jeb looks happy. All right, speed us up and hit the atmosphere. Here we go. Try to keep us pointing retrograde, because we want the heat shield to hit the atmosphere, not the spaceship. All right, let's try that. And again, just kind of hope for the best. So we are coming down pretty quickly. Let's get ready to log the temperature data as we re-enter. We should start seeing some heating at about 50 kilometers, I think. Think that's right. Could be mistaken. Then again, we're not traveling a kilometer per second, so we might not actually see much in the way of heating effects. Hope for the best, though. Maybe we'll get a nice, pretty display, or we might not. Seems like maybe not. That's a shame. We'll go ahead and log the temperature data. Collected and recorded from Kerbin's upper atmosphere. Yeah, we'll keep it. In fact, we'll run the mystery go up here as well, because I don't think I received... The goo seems to be getting very... Yep, we had not run that one yet, so we'll go ahead and run that and keep it. And now we just wait. We wait until it becomes safe to pop the parachute. There's our upper stage. How are we falling faster than it? Alright. And once we drop below, we'll go ahead and time warp a little bit. Once we drop below, once we drop below 5 kilometers, we'll pop the parachutes. So let's see, 4 kilometers. Go ahead and pop the chute. Oh, do you know what? I don't think I've run this. Oh no, that one I ran. Did I run this one? Log pressure data. Do I get any science for this? I do, so we'll keep it. Alright, so that's all our experiments run. We're gonna time warp down. And once we hit the ocean, we will... Oh, there goes part of the rocket. So we have officially, we've officially been to space now, so that's good. I guess the next contract I need to do are hauling bits into space, into the atmosphere, and running tests on them, which is kind of annoying because they've got like really specific criteria that they need to meet in order to qualify to, you know, complete the contract. But that's okay. Alright, this is taking forever. Time warp down, 50, 40, 30, 20, and sploosh. Alright. Let's go ahead and recover our spaceship and Jebediah. So let's see what we get out of this. Hopefully something good. I might also be able to unlock new pieces which might make things a bit easier. I apologize for not talking very much. I genuinely don't have much of anything to say in those screens. Anyway, here we go. So we got 75.6 science. Look at that, 112 science. We are set on that. We got 6,300 funds recovered from the recovered parts, yes. And we got Jebediah Kerman. Alright, first things first, into here. What can we do? Conduct a focused observational survey. Kerbin, go to the designated test site and gather some observational reports. Prestige is trivial. But if we complete it, we get... What does this add up to? Like 22,000, I think? Something like that. And 2 gold stars for prestige. So where do we need to go for this? Designated test site and gather some observational reports. Gregtree's Envy. Oh, in flight above 19,600 meters. Alright, I already declined one that I wanted to keep, so let's not do that. Ferry 2 tourists safely to their destination and back. Where are they going? I've charted a tour to see the sights right here on Kerbal, keep them alive, and show them a good time. Keep them alive. Completion is 12,188. Suborbital spaceflight on Kerbal. They want a suborbital spaceflight? Any passengers that are rendered unconscious due to G-forces will fail to pay for their itineraries. They've charted a tour to see the sights right here on Kerbal. So they want to go... They want to go to space. Alright, let's see some of the other ones here. Wenbul's Redemption, Area Bravo Papa Delta Tango, Jedgen's Memory. Ferry a VIP safely to her destination. Okay, where does she want to go? Charted a tour to see the sights right here on Kerbal suborbital spaceflight. I can only put one person on my one Kerbal on my spacecraft. So, well, let's go to research and development and see what we can unlock. We've got 112 science, so general rocketry we could do. Stability we could do. Oh, what does this mean then? I have no idea. Basic science is going to be a good thing to have, so we're going to get that. I also want to get aeroplanes unlocked, so we're going to go aviation, and we're going to research this. General rocketry, I don't know if I really need that, but it does give us access to much better fuel tanks and fireworks, which I don't think we need. Do we need fireworks? I don't think we need fireworks. So yeah, we won't do that yet. I do want airplanes though. So this gives us a cockpit, gives us a jet engine and jet intake, gives us some wing pieces, which would not go unwanted. Yeah, alright, so we'll do this, and then we don't actually have the research to do anything else. So yeah, this is... Okay. We don't have the research to do anything else, so let's leave the facility. And... well, let's see. We'll go research and development. Flight control... No, sorry. I don't know why we're in research and development. We'll go mission control, rather. Ferry 2 tourists safely to their destination and back. So that's the R21 Mallet, solid rocket booster, orbiting Kerbal. You know, we'll accept the do we have anything active right now? No. We'll accept the contract to orbit Kerbal, because I think we can do that. Test the RT-1 Mallet, solid rocket booster, orbiting Kerbal. We'll go ahead and accept that contract as well. So that gives us 2 that we can perform. Ooh. Can I finally afford... Yes, I can upgrade the VAB. Good. Okay. Let's enter the VAB, and let's try to make something that'll actually get to orbit this time. Oh, I hope this works. I did not unlock any radial decouplers, did I? I don't have any radial decouplers. Oh no, I do have radial decouplers. What am I on about? We've got bigger fuel tanks as well. I mean, okay, they're liquid fuel, which means they're useless, but we do have liquid fuel tanks. We've upgraded the VAB, which means we can make much bigger rockets now. So let's do it. Let's do that. Okay, that gives us a thrust to weight ratio of 1.41. This engine is insane. Let's move these to 45-degree angles. In fact, I think we've got better fins now, don't we? Yes, we do. How big are tail fins compared to this rocket? Too big. Are any of these the right size? Well, these might work, but... Alright, so for right now, I'm just gonna kind of leave it as is. Leave well enough alone. I'm gonna add another 4 fuel tanks to this thing. In fact, no, not to this stage, though. I am going to add more fuel tanks to it, but not to this stage. So we're gonna take this engine off, and we're going to... 1, 2... Alright, we'll do that. Alright, turn the thrust limiter up. And that gives us a thrust to weight ratio of 2.06. That is incredibly high. So we don't actually need all that thrust to weight ratio, so let's go ahead and turn it down a little bit. Okay, what's our thrust to weight ratio now? Come on, catch up. Oh, I turned the gimbal limit down, not the thrust limiter. That would explain why nothing happened. Alright, turn the thrust limiter down to 60, maybe? That gives us a thrust to weight ratio of 1.24. In fact, you don't even need that much thrust to weight ratio in space. But we'll go with that. Oh, I left these here. Let's go ahead and make sure we throw this away. Alright. And we've got... Oh, we still have a stupid thrust to weight ratio on this stage. Alright, so we're going to add another 3... fuel tanks to this stage. Alright, what's our thrust to weight ratio here now? 1.29, still good. Alright, I was trying to make it super low so that we'd need to use something on the side. We've got 3 kilometers per second of delta V. Do you know what, just to give myself, I don't know how much delta V you need to leave Kerbin. Just to make sure that I definitely have enough, I am going to strap some solid rocket boosters to this. Oh, right, they wanted me to test some solid rocket boosters. They wanted this one tested in orbit, right? Did I accept that contract? I might not even have accepted that contract. I believe our contract right now is just to get into space. So, we'll go with that. We have a payload bay. That's nice. Not structural. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? Aerodynamics. And we want these. Good. And we'll color them white. And we'll bring them down so that they're in line with the middle engine. I'll actually put them a little bit lower. Don't like the way that the coupler hangs off the rocket like that, but it's fine. So that's okay. There we go. Alright, that should be okay, I guess. Do you know what? I'm gonna have it push another stage around. Get off the oh, I'm in place mode, I see. Alright. Get off the rocket. And we're going to use another... We're gonna have another stage while we're actually in space. And we're going to use the Pug engine here. Can I change... Oh, I can give it a boat tail. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. We'll go ahead and put another decoupler under that as well. Oh, does it not? Alright, don't give it a boat tail then. Alright, and we'll connect this under here like so. We're gonna want this engine firing here. Make sure that this decoupler... Oh no, this needs to fire... What am I doing wrong? Ah, right here. There we go. Oh. This engine needs to fire here. Is that right? I think that's right. Oh, this needs to be firing with the solid rocket boosters. Okay, I think that's everything. That should be everything. I believe. Anyway, we also want some additional science equipment because we've got more science that we can do now. Do we have more science we can... I thought we had... Okay, well, we've got the Science Junior that we can do. Alright. We'll just put that here. Oh, do I need to... Do I need to actually recover this? Hold on, where's communication? Do I have communication? I do have communication. Alright, so we're gonna put some communicating sticks on this thing, and they don't need to be great. That's what's great about KSP is like they genuinely they don't have to be good because we're just going around Kerbin, so just any form of communication is good. We'll go with that. That's fine. We don't need high gain antennas because we're just going to be in orbit around Kerbin. And what else? There's more science, right? Experiment storage unit. I don't need it. Mystery goo inline containment. Don't need it. Don't need it. Don't need it. Radial science junior. Same set of experiments as the regular science junior, which is this. All right. So we've got one more thing that we can do. Honestly, the science junior is going to be useful. I don't think we need to do anything else. So how about we get this thing off the pad? What's the thrust rate ratio on this? All right. Let's get this thing on the pad and hopefully into space. If the pad can hold it. We'll go USC orbit, save, and launch. Craft is too heavy. The launch pad can't support vessels heavier than 18 tons. USC orbit total mass 21.74 tons. How much do these fuel tanks weigh? How much do they weigh? They are 0.5 tons. Ah. How many tons do I need to get off? It was 27 tons, did it say? No, 21 tons. So I need to get... How many fuel tanks is that the equivalent of? I need to remove 3 tons. So that's 7 fuel tanks. Can I just afford to upgrade the launch pad? Save and continue. Can I afford to upgrade the launch pad? I hope I can. I don't think I can, but I hope I can. Fingers crossed, I hope I can afford to upgrade the launch pad, but I probably can't, which is a shame. So, which means that I'm going to need to shrink. Do I have no money? I have no money. I've spent every cent I have. Okay. Good. Good. I have no money? Oof. Alright, so I need to get 7 fuel tanks out, or the equivalent of 7 fuel tanks. And or check the mass of the Science Junior. If the Science Junior weighs too much, then I might just go to orbit without it. And I'll just use it on the ground and like in short suborbital flights. Because the Science Junior is useful, but if it weighs a stupid amount, then there's no point in having it. So how much do you weigh? It does not weigh that much. So, okay. Fuel tanks. I don't know, like, is this their full mass or their empty mass? No, it's their, okay, it's their wet mass. So, yeah, I need to get rid of 7 fuel tanks. We'll get rid of 4 from this stage. And hang on, if I just get rid of 6 fuel tanks, is that enough? Alright, try that. Save, launch. Ah, oh, come on, 0.36 tons! That's really, really annoying. But okay, we'll get rid of 1 more. Alright, so what's our delta V readout now? 2.5 kilometers per second. I don't know if that's enough. I don't know if that's enough to get us into orbit. But we'll try. You can't afford to launch this. Oh yeah, I've got no money. I'm gonna take out some loans. I'm gonna take out some loans at the administration building. We, um, yeah, yeah, we're kind of, um, I was far too ambitious, far too early, trying to put something into orbit. But we'll try it. We'll give it a go. Um, wonder how long it'll be before I get contracts asking me to land things on the moon. Administration building. So, fundraising campaign. Yields 1,015 funds for each 1 unit of... What happens if we go? Can I handle more than 25% commitment? Alright, if we go 25% commitment. Takes 25% reputation gains, yields 1,065.212 funds for each 1 unit of reputation. Alright, we'll accept that. It can't be modified once activated. Yeah, we'll do it. Outsourced R&D. We can't do anything else, and we still have no money. Alright, cancel that. What else can we do? Research rights sellout. Plus 24.209 funds. Minus 0.58 science. Effective immediately. Can be accepted as many times. Bailout grant. Plus 12,400 funds. But minus a bunch of reputation. Do you know what? That's alright. We'll take the reputation hit. So minus 330 reputation, but we get 29,000 funds. We must be in dire straits to be considering such an option. Accepting a public grant could save us from bankruptcy, but it also put a very serious dent in the space program's reputation. However, the space program is too big to fail, so if it's either this option or closing the shop, I would advise you accept the money. We need to get into orbit. So we've got money now. We've got money now. And let's hope that our spaceship can actually make orbit. It doesn't really have the Delta V for it, but I can't force it to have the Delta V for it. So we just have to kind of cross our fingers and hope. We have the make it into Kerbal orbit contract active. So yeah, I can afford to launch this. Let's launch. We only have 2.5 kilometers per second of Delta V. I'm pretty sure you need more than that to make it into a Kerbal orbit. That said, it is working on the assumption that I'm going to be at full throttle on the liquid fuel engines. So maybe I could do something there to kind of force an orbit. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just kind of, every time I launch a rocket, I'm just hoping for the best. Definitely don't want to lose Jebediah. That's the main thing. Other than that, I guess we'll see what happens. We have taken a massive reputation hit, but to be honest, don't really care. I think that means that we won't have many tourist missions, but I needed the money to get to space, so... Alright, let's try it. And... 3, 2, 1... Liftoff! Alright. We are airborne, spacebound. So let's hope for the best. Got some vapor cones. Look at that. Alright. We are well and truly in the sky. get rid of the solid rocket boosters. They kind of hit each other, but that's okay. We're losing speed, so throttle up, and more, and more. Alright. So we're running this stage at full throttle, which is a shame, but I don't really have a choice. Pitch over. Pitch over. Keep pitching over because we've got to make it into orbit here. So thrust to weight ratio, 2.76. Throttle back, throttle back, throttle back, throttle back. Try to force ourselves some additional burn time in this engine. If we can keep our thrust weight ratio around 1 and just like force our apoapsis into space, I don't think we're gonna get into space with this stage, but if I can just get, okay, if we can get above, say, maybe 55 kilometers, I think we'll be alright. I know this is a steep trajectory as well. I don't trust my 2 upper stages. Alright. Go again. Let's check our thrust to weight ratio here. Okay, this one we need to throttle up. Okay. We'll keep it here. We'll keep it at this much throttle and hope for the best. It doesn't want to tell us how much time to apoapsis, which is unfortunate. Alright, we're getting a bubbly orbit, so that's good. We don't... I don't think we've got the Delta V for it. No! See, we might have the Delta V to get into orbit, but like the whole idea with the Pug engine was that it would be able to like get us out of space, not leave us in space. Although it has a kilometer per second of Delta V. Maybe we'll be okay. I'm going to run on the assumption that we're going to be okay. Okay, pitch up because we're losing apoapsis height. Alright, separate. Did that work? I don't think that worked. Separate. And go again. Throttle up. We're trying to push the spaceship into orbit. If this doesn't work, I guess we could do science in a different biome on Kerbin. We are very much in space. We are not going to be making it into orbit, I don't think. Yeah, no, look, see, we've got a nice bubbly trajectory, but this is like a starting, this is like step 1 for orbit. We're not in orbit yet. That's a shame. I was really hoping that would be it. I wonder if I flew a better trajectory, would I be able to force an orbit? Maybe. If I used the first stage... Actually, yeah, do you know what? Let's... Okay, I've allowed... I'm sorry, I know, I was trying not to, but I've allowed reverting, so we're going to revert to launch. I'm not going to change the rocket's design at all, but I think if I fly a better trajectory, I will be able to put it into orbit. So let's try this. Also, I'm not going to bother throttling the liquid engine up until the solid fuel boosters run out, because there's just no reason to, I think. I don't know. I'm I'm working off kind of hope right now. I've built a rocket that I think will be capable of making it into orbit, but I have no verification of that. So I'm actually going to throttle this down, maybe not all the way, but just, no, yeah, all the way, because the SRBs definitely have the thrust to push the entire rocket up. So, lock SAS and go. Okay, we'll start turning over with the solid rocket boosters going. Okay, I think we'll actually be okay here. So we're trying to kind of pitch over just a little bit. Alright, we are supersonic. Throttle up. There we go. Alright. Try to keep our thrust to weight ratio around 1.5. If it climbs a bit, that's okay. We can take some climbing. We are going to try a very standard ascent trajectory this time, partially because I don't trust my second stage. So we're trying to keep our trajectory, well, yeah, pretty standard gravity turn actually. So I'm trying to keep my thrust to weight ratio around 1.7, 1.8. As it hits those values, I'll just bring it down more. Here we go. Alright. Bring the throttle down more as it approaches 1.8. We might actually be able to attain an orbit with this stage. I hope. I mean, obviously this is not a single stage to orbit, but I mean, like, we might be able to make space with this stage, and if we can do that... What is going on here? I don't know what's going on there. Presumably, two mods aren't really behaving with each other, but... Yeah, oh, this feels way too shallow. Look at our apoapsis, it's only 17 kilometers. I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't know if this rocket is capable of orbit, guys. Might not be. We might be stuck. Okay, well, I'm gonna throttle up to get as much performance out of this stage as physically possible. We'll try and we'll hope that the apoapsis gets fairly high. Because we're still fighting, don't forget, we're still fighting the atmosphere as well. Our apoapsis is only 20 kilometers, that's really low. Go on, fire. Alright. So this stage, I'm gonna bring the throttle. Well, we can't bring it too far down. We'll keep the throttle about here. We're trying to squeeze as much burn time out of this stage as possible, while also keeping it above 1 thrust to weight ratio, because I want to be able to push the rocket into... we're heating up. Yeah, we're heating up. Well, we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed we'll be okay. If not, then... well, then we're not. Oh no, we're burning up. Yeah, okay, so... point up. Just try and force the apoapsis out of the atmosphere. I think, do you know, I think there is a profile that would work for this, though. That effectively just air braked me. That literally just air braked me. That literally just undid all the progress that I've made getting up to this point. No. Okay, do you know what? I think I've got a better flight profile. We're going to revert to not vehicle assembly. We're going to revert to launch and we're going to try again. We're going to keep it fairly vertical until we get to about 40 kilometers in altitude, and then we're going to start pitching over really, really hard. The idea being that if we're out of the thickest part of the atmosphere, we'll be able to accelerate a lot faster. I mean, fingers crossed. This is all speculation and just kind of, again, just hoping that it works. Okay. Alright, let's try this again. So, lock SAS, throttle this engine down completely, light the SRBs, and we are off. Alright. We're going to pitch over just a few degrees on liftoff, and we're going to leave it here. We're not actually going to bother pitching over much more than that, but we do want just a little bit of horizontal velocity so that we can just kind of expand the orbit so that we're not going straight up, basically. Alright, now as the solid rocket boosters burn out, I'm going to wait for them to get about here. Alright, start throttling the liquid engine up and drop the solids. They hit each other on the way down, but that's okay. We are at full throttle, so I'm actually going to bring this down a little bit because we don't actually need full throttle. Yeah, this is about right. So we'll go with this, and I just realized I don't have... Here we go. So we'll pull up that. Yeah, and you can see, like, because we're going straight up, we actually have, like, there's a lot more distance between us and our apoapsis. So we're at 10,500, but our apoapsis is already at 15 kilometers. And again, once we reach 40 kilometers, that's where I'm going to start trying to pitch over. We're going to throttle back a bit, keep the thrust-weight ratio on 1.5. 1.5 is an ideal thrust-weight ratio because it gives you a good amount of your fighting gravity, but at the same time, you're not, like, overcompensating for it either. Because there are diminishing returns on thrust-to-weight ratio. Anyway, let's see how we do. So yeah, we're going to start pitching over here at about 18 kilometers. I don't want to be, like, practically horizontal like we were earlier until we're a lot higher in the atmosphere. So we are, like, this is a stupidly steep ascent, but it's kind of, like, it's still getting us up, which is part of the plan. Part of the, because we still need to clear the atmosphere, right? Like, our apoapsis is still only at 34 kilometers. We're going to try to hold about 45 degrees, so about equally up and sideways. We're going to throttle back a bit. And this is simultaneously preserving our use of the first stage engine, because that is one of the best engines on this vehicle. It's one of the most efficient. And also keeping, like I said before, keeping our thrust-to-weight ratio at about 1.5 means that we're fighting gravity because, again, it's a very steep ascent trajectory, but not overcompensating for it. Because if you've got a thrust-to-weight ratio of like 3, 4, 5, it's not actually doing a whole lot to... Ooh, sonic boom. It's not actually doing a whole lot to keep you above the ground. Gravity is always constant, right? 9.8 meters per second at the surface, and of course that goes down as you get up, but it's it's a pretty constant acceleration, 9.8 meters per second. So that's something that you can actually plan for. All right, that fuel's out, so we'll move on to this stage. We will throttle this stage up because we kind of need to. Our thrust-to-weight ratio is 1.22. We'll keep it there for the time being. Still maintaining our kind of 45-degree angle to the horizon, because we still need to leave the atmosphere, because we're only at 46 kilometers. On Kerbal, the atmosphere ends at 70 kilometers. On Earth, there is no flat line, but most countries accept it to be about 100 kilometers, so... But in KSP, we don't have to worry about that arbitrary limit, because it is just an actual flat line thing. It's... the atmosphere ends at... Alright. Let's pitch sideways. We're getting a bit of lag. I apologize for the lag. There's nothing I can do about it. Well, I mean, I could uninstall my visual mods, but I'm not doing that. Pitch over sideways. Hopefully we haven't gone too far, because it's lagging. Alright, this is fine. I'm not sure why it's lagging so much, to be honest. It's been fine up until now. What's going on? Come on. Catch up. Why is it lagging so much? This is insane. It's like a lot of lag. Now let's go to the map screen. No, it's lagging on the map screen as well. That's annoying. That's really annoying. Alright, here we go. It fixed on the map screen. I guess we could maintain our view on the map screen for a bit. Yeah, we're just trying to force our way into orbit. This stage is going to end at about 1.5 meters per second. There we go. Not meters per second, kilometers per second. We will... Alright, here we go. Okay, separate. And... go again. Throttle down. Nope, throttle back up, because... well, we don't need a huge thrust-to-weight ratio anymore. I mean, it doesn't hurt, but we really don't need it. Because right now we're just trying to push our way into orbit. That's a much nicer trajectory than what we had last time as well. So I think this might actually be the one. This might genuinely be the one. I don't know what's going on here. I think this is a vapor cone artifact, but it's just staying with the spacecraft. It doesn't want to leave. Doesn't bother us if we're looking in this direction. So with this stage, I'm going to try to keep our thrust-to-weight ratio at about 1. Obviously, we're below 1 right now, but once you're at this altitude, you're not obviously fighting gravity anymore, and we're not even fighting the atmosphere anymore because we're actually in space, so... Alright, let's go ahead and start putting some more energy into raising our periapsis. In fact, yeah, I want to put more energy into raising our periapsis, but I also don't want to drop our apoapsis, so there we go. Alright, we're almost there. God, wouldn't it be annoying if it didn't work? Because, like, we only have 300 meters per second of delta V. This might actually, again, not work. Okay, push down, push down, push down, push down, push down. Push down. Push the apoapsis, not the apoapsis, push the periapsis up. Push the periapsis up, push the periapsis up. Come on. Come on. Orbit, 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 orbit. I don't want to strand Jebediah in orbit either, though. 88 meters per second. That's not enough, is it? Come on. Come on, you can do it, you can do it. Into orbit, into orbit. Well, we're not in orbit, but we are in space. That's... I guess we'll conduct the material study from the Science Junior. The rarefied air has caused interesting changes to the gel samples. It seems like something is happening with the interior structure. Inoperable after transmitting, that's fine. We will transmit the data. We don't have a scientist on board, so that will actually render it inoperable. But that's okay. It is uploading the data. Oh. Not enough electric charge. Alright, can we keep it? Oh, do we have it? Review, keep. Alright. Are we out of electric charge? We are. Shoot! I hadn't thought about that. I need solar panels. Alright, we're reverting our flight. And actually that's not... that's annoying, actually. That's really annoying. Okay, so I'm actually gonna have to end this one here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I think there was like 2 of you who actually stayed, but thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. In the next one, we will actually make some changes to this rocket and make it work. I think it's going to be possible to get it into an orbit. I just need to fly it better. If not, then the option always stands to... I could switch engines out, actually. Anyway, yeah, other than that, that's actually going to do it for this one. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. If you've enjoyed this, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. It means the world to me. If you have already subscribed, then you're one of my favorites. I love you. Thank you so much. But yes, that's going to do it for this one. So thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next episode, which I plan to happen on Friday. We'll see if that happens. Well, no, I plan for this to happen on Friday. So, yep, thanks.